This is Jon Swain coming in now, and he's the Technical Director of NFU Energy. He's joining us remotely as well. So hi John, can you hear me and can you see me?
I can hear you fine, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me too.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Thank you for joining us.
Great.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. I'm very well. I say a bit of an odd way of doing this, but I'm sure it'll work fine, and I'm sure your audience are well more experienced at this than I am at the moment.
No, we can hear you and see you just fine, so we appreciate it very much. And you've got a presentation to share with us, I believe.
I have, yes.
Perfect. Well, would you be happy to just introduce yourself for some of our audience that might not know who you are and what you do, and then I'll let you run into the presentation.
Great. Okay. Yeah, my name is Jon Swain. As you said, I work for an organisation called NFU Energy. And I am unapologetically and unashamedly going to talk about agriculture and its role and its current status within the renewable energy and the net zero journey that we're all on. My organisation is a consultancy. It's an energy consultancy, and we've been working with agriculture and other clients. We don't work predominantly. We work predominantly, but we don't work wholeheartedly with agriculture. We work with other sectors as well. And we've been doing that since the 60s, and talking about energy before energy was even on anybody's agenda, or anyone was even interested in it at all. We've got a team of around about 50 or so people, based here in the heart of the Midlands, not very far at all from the Ricoh Arena where you're sat. And we encompass all sorts of things, and it was interesting hearing Mark from Brook Green talk just before I came on. Some of this aspect of supply and the issues that he was talking about, we cover in our compliance and our consultancy as well. So we go from brokerage through to making sure you stay abreast of schemes. Incentive schemes on renewables have been very big for the last 10 or a dozen years. We advise where energy projects can go, what people need to do, talking about paybacks, extended payback periods. Agriculture has a bit of a unique view on where we're going with energy, or what they think energy means to them. And as you will no doubt have noticed, quite a lot of renewable energy schemes are hosted on agricultural land, and they are in a very good position to benefit from that. So how does that benefit them as farmers when some of these schemes are very large and their energy consumptions in agriculture are very small? So yes, the whole piece really for energy and agriculture is what we do. As I say, we do have some non-agricultural clients as well, and energy is energy. And I couldn't agree more with Mark at the end there when you talked about data. Some of our data in energy is really quite poor. We're based around a unit of data called a half-hourly consumption, which has been around forever. And sometimes we need to know a little bit more frequently than that, and sometimes we need to know other sources of information at a similar level of granularity. So that is something that we get involved in with our energy management piece as well. So yeah, that's who we are. That's what we're all about. We also have a stand downstairs. My colleague Liam is down there. And if anyone wants to talk further about what we do and how we do it, then please go and see him afterwards and have a good old chat with him. So energy and agriculture is a really interesting place. We've had sort of nearly 10 years of the renewable heat incentive, even more than that of feed-in tariff, and before that renewables obligation, certificates for electricity generation, most of which have come to an end. There's a little bit of renewable incentive left in the heat space. But the question then is, and I'm asked this regularly by agricultural clients, is what do we do next? And they're interested in all of these things. And top of that list clearly is the net zero agenda. It's the reason why we're all here today. They're interested in battery technologies. They're interested in economic renewable systems. And again, interesting to hear Mark talk about very long extended paybacks. A lot of my clients have a different perspective on payback to normal commercial industrial clients. Because they can see for the future, see for the long term. They build their businesses on long-term paybacks and long-term investments. Yeah, how do we benefit from electric vehicle charging? What about biomethane? General diversification, hydrogen. Yes, can we benefit from hydrogen? Is there a way that as agricultural sites we can create or host hydrogen generation schemes? and clearly carbon offsetting and emissions reduction. So no different really in agriculture from many of the thoughts and the ideas that people are having in commercial and industry companies, albeit maybe with a slightly different view on life than many of them.